Hello viewers, my name is Namicha Brown from Houz Entertainment, where entertainment lives. And today we are here with Mr. Ofori, African Dream LLC. So let's welcome our guest for today.
Yeah,
He knows that that's our very first special guest for Houz. So he set the pace for us.
awesome.
Okay. So first off, let me start off by asking what drove this passion?
So the African dream basically started when I realized the need for people who are telling stories and who are directing the African narrative to, be able to tell very authentic stories, because we realized that the mainstream media out where I started the African Dream LLC, which is in the USA, they are telling the African story from their perspective. And the funny thing is, how can you be telling a story about a place that you don't know very well or very much about? So I'm like, let's tell the story from an African perspective and have some authenticity to it. So, we're not telling the story in a way that does not, reflect the real African picture. So that's what started this.
And I must say that's a very great initiative. Most people don't have a very good view of Africa. They think Africa
Indeed.
is all about the negatives.
Yeah.
But we thank you very much for painting a positive picture of Africa.
Thank you for the support.
Okay, you're welcome. So I also want to know, what do you think of blogging in Washington, D.C., that's where you are at,
Right.
to blogging in Ghana? Do you think you're able to reach more people through your platform?
I've been fortunate to be alive in a time like this where the power of social media carries your voice beyond your immediate area. Information proliferation and information communication has made it easier for people to reach a larger audience through the click of a button. So thanks to that, thanks to the power of the internet, I'm able to reach literally like all over the globe. And so as far as blogging in Washington, D.C. or in the USA, or for that matter, anywhere in the world is concerned, if you have a good website and you have, positioned it in a way that you're able to update it as often as you can with quality content and genuine content, you'll be able to reach as far as, you want to reach. Because there are great bloggers in Ghana who have attained international, fame and, recognition. One of them is Ameo Deborah. Yeah. And just to mention a few, there's George Britton, there's Elom, Beanie Words, there's a whole lot of bloggers in Ghana that are doing an amazing job. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this is really cool, like to be able to do what you love, what you enjoy, and not feel too stressed about it, but feel like you're impacting lives positively. So it's not really where you're at that matters, it's what you have in your heart and within you, and the dedication and the focus and the concentration and the hard work that you put into it that is really going to take you out there. Else you can have the best internet connection and the best computers and the best, all the materials you need to run a blog. And if you don't have these things I had mentioned earlier on, passion, commitment, hard work and all that, then you're not going to get as far as you would want to get. So.
Okay, that's you. I think I agree with all that you said. And we also want to know, so for how long have you been doing this?
I've been blogging for the past 12 years. Wow. However, I started the African Dream LLC just about 2.5 years ago. And I started it basically to be able to add my voice to all those who are, sharing and telling and designing the African narrative. And I felt like it was important because we need to tell the authentic African story from an African perspective, so that even the non-Africans would feel enticed to come to what we are putting out there by way of information, because they would realize that we're doing it in the right way. CNN, BBC and all that have been telling the African story for years and years. They're doing a great job, but sometimes they paint the blurry picture of Africa. So what the African Dream is here to do is to zoom in on the focus and paint a much clearer picture. Of course, there are bad things happening everywhere, not only in Africa, but every country wants to sell the positive side of themselves, and so we want to be able to tell that positive story. That story of Kwesi Minta in Abompe doing all he can to lift himself out of the difficulties that is not being told by the mainstream media. So yeah, that's what the African Dream LLC is all about.
That's very great. And viewers, I hope you are listening, and I hope wherever you are impacting lives positively. So we're about to get a bit test now.
Right.
Yes. So you are in the US. Do you have a family,
I
children?
have a wife and 2 kids, and this is 2018, so my kids are 3 and 4 year old. So if you're watching this in 2018, then they're still 3 and 4 year old. So, but yeah, I try to come to Ghana as often as I possibly can. Sometimes work brings me. I love it when work is able to bring me because then I don't have to pay for my transportation. Yeah. But if not, I just have to save up and come on my own. But whenever I come to Ghana, I enjoy it. I enjoy the food because this is where I'm from. I was born in Ghana. I lived here all my life till I, moved outside when I was 27. And so I'm a typical Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Metichi.
He's one of our own. Okay, that's very great. So about the African Dream LLC, what are some of the highlights of your blog? What are some of the interviews that you did that you had a passion for? Or maybe do you have any passionate topic?
I'm passionate about any topic so long as it's got Africa in it. So it could be sports, it could be entertainment, it could be politics, it could be human interest, whatever. So long as it's got an African theme to it, I'm going to be very, passionate about it because I feel like now is the time for Africa to get to where she needs to be, and she's getting there. The internet has made it possible for Africans all over to get connected and, drive the African agenda, and I feel like I don't want to be left out. I want to be part of that movement that is taking Africa where she really belongs to and where she really needs to be. And Africa is the youngest population on earth, and majority of Africans are in the younger ages. So we have the manpower, we have the vim, we have the youth to push ourselves where we need to be. And so it's great to be part of that movement. Yeah.
That's very good.
You are also part of that movement.
Yeah, I'm part of it.
Folks,
African Dream to the world. Yeah.
Folks at Funhouse are also pushing the agenda, and it's fun to see young guys get together and push the agenda and do what they feel they can be able to do to encourage and to motivate fellow young people out there, not only inside Ghana but inside Africa and even in the diaspora as well.
So, Ora, can you tell us some of your social media pages so that our viewers can also follow and keep up with what you do?
My Twitter is at oralofori.com, at oralofori.com, and if you want to search my page on Facebook, it's Facebook.com/oralofori. I'm on Instagram as The One African Dream, and all these addresses are right there on the screen where you can get in touch and connect with me. And if you mention Funhouse, that opens the door because I'm in love with Funhouse and all they do. So it's awesome to be part of the Funhouse project and to support it.
Good. So we have another question for Oral. I know you've done a lot of interviews. One of your interviews that really caught on with me, one of your writings that I really like, Jollof Festival or something.
Right.
I think through reading that, I really I was craving for jollof, and I wish I was there to taste the jollof. But is there any organization that in the future you hope to interview, or you've always wanted to interview?
So here's the way I do my interviews. It's very spontaneous, and I would even interview the groundnut seller on the street if they're willing to talk to me. I don't really look out for the big names and the big people, but sometimes I get lucky and someone would push or direct me towards the people who are already established, and then that's a feather in my cap. But I'm really going out there and looking for the everyday people because they have the real, genuine stories to tell, and it's what really excites me because that's how I started, when I started, I didn't go out there looking for the big name people because first of all, I didn't even know them or how to connect with them. So if you want to be a photographer, for instance, don't go out there looking for the big celebrities to, capture their images. If you have a good camera, or even if you have a phone that has a good camera, start from your immediate environment. Start with what is easily available to you. So like I said, you want to be a photographer, start taking pictures of your family. Watch YouTube videos online of how to, take good photos. Speak with, photographers in your neighborhood that you know, or if there are some online that you can connect on social media with, do that. Ask them questions. How do I do this? Or I took this shot. What's wrong with it? What's right with it? How could I make it better next time? Start within your immediate environment, all the resources that are there, and take advantage of them. Use them, and as you keep working hard, someone might see your work from afar and they'll draw in and they'll say, you're doing an amazing work and I want to be part of it, or I want to support you, or I want to help you, whatever it is. But start small, dream big, and you'll get there.
Yeah. Start small, dream big, and you get there. From my guest, Ofori. And I must say, I'm really enjoying this interview. And if you have any questions to ask Oral, you can put it on our pages and we are sure to get back to you. We'll be right back. We're taking a break for now. See you soon. And I'm back with my guest, my very special guest, Mr. Ofori, and we're back to the interview. We have one last question to ask Mr. Ofori. Since we have him here, what advice will you give to our young people out there who also want to impact positively on the environment?
I feel like I'm just lucky to be where I am and to have the opportunities I've had in the past and even presently. And based on that, all I can say to the young people like myself, I'm also a young person, by the way. I might be bald, but it's not old age, it's just fashion. But yeah, basically have a dream and work towards that dream, And the most important thing you should keep in mind when you have a dream is that you're responsible for your own dream. No one is responsible for getting you to where you want to be in life. Even if you're born into a millionaire family, there will be all the money and all that, but these are all material. If you don't have a dream, you wouldn't know how to use all the money you have, So opportunities will come. Look out for them. Always be prepared, because when they come, they are like a flash. And if your eyes are not open, you might miss the flash. And if opportunities don't come, make your own opportunities, It's all about hard work and persistence, So if you're not putting in the work, you'll not get to where you want to get to. And also the kind of friends you hang out with will define your future sometimes. So hang out with people who would feed you with positive energy. Hang out at places where there's the kind of things that you want to be in future. And just work. And whoever you believe in, whether God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whoever it is, pay your dues to that person and you'll get to where you need to get to.
Okay, that's very great. So I believe we all heard Mr. Ofori, and I must say I'm really enjoying this interview, and I don't want it to end, because when Mr. Oral goes away, we don't know when we'll get him back in Ghana again. So thank you very much for watching us, and Mr. Ofori. We're very pleased to have you on our set, and we hope to see you soon in Ghana again. Big ups to the CEO of Houz, Mr. Akko, for giving us this opportunity, and we are very grateful to you as well.
And Akko is actually behind the camera, so thanks for shooting this one. Appreciate it.
And thank you all viewers for watching as well. As I said earlier, my name is Mavis Shamicha Brown, and this is the Houz Entertainment, where entertainment lives. See you very soon, and keep it tuned.